All right, Pack, here we go with another weekly review video. Welcome to the Dividend Doggo Show, and I'm going to go over what was going on this week with the portfolio, what I was purchasing this week with my income from the YouTube channel, and I'm going to also be touching on what the Fed did that kind of crashed the portfolio for the week. So let's go ahead and take a look. As you can see here, the portfolio is about $750,000 right now. Of that, $186,000 is market gains and $46,000 is earned dividend income. Now, all of that dividend income rolled back into the portfolio, which is absolutely magical for compounding that dividend growth, which is what we plan to do with this portfolio, as it is a bridge portfolio to mend the gap between early retirement and a traditional retirement age of 59 and a half. So we're hoping to retire early by about 10 years, and we have a ways to go on that journey. This portfolio, we're hoping, will earn about $80,000 a year in dividend income to be able to pay all of our bills, so that we can relax, retire, and invest our time into our hobbies and other charity organizations and animals. So here we go. Let's take a look at the portfolio. As you can see, this is all-time view here. We're going to dial this down to 1/4 real quick and see if the portfolio will cooperate there. The internet's been going in and out today, so I apologize if things are a little bit sluggish. So here we go. This is the quarter review. This is basically from the end of January into the mid-end of April. I cannot believe that we're already through April here. The reason why I wanted to start with this view and show you this view is a lot of people's portfolios have had a lot of volatility this year. A lot of people are very negative so far this year. Some people are down several percent for the year as a total. This is one of the reasons why you have to invest in quality companies, and you have to invest strategically to diversify your portfolio across these companies that you have high conviction in, that have solid financials, and you can see a vision and a path of the future. Otherwise, you end up getting burned when you're purchasing stocks. And I have been burned by many different stocks. Right now, I'm being burned by Alibaba and Tencent, but overall, we'll kind of see how that journey continues to go as you just hold those positions if you have conviction in them and keep going. So overall, you can see we've had some contributions to the portfolio. The portfolio has had a rocky ride, ups and downs. But most recently, let's get to this week. So this week we got back up to 770,000, almost 771 on Thursday. And then Friday, we had the massive crash because of the Fed announcing that they might do a 0.5% increase to the interest rates to help curb inflation. Now that caused us to go, as you can see, we closed the day there at 767, all the way back down to 750. So we lost about $17,000 worth of capital gains in that one day because of that. Maybe we're going to get a 0.5 raise to the interest rate. I kind of hope they do it and that they will slow down a little bit after that, and that will help curb inflation, or they would just rush us to wherever they want us to actually be. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the 1 week. So here we go. We are looking at 1 week. We are down about $2,500 across the portfolio. Now, we have a lot of positions that are in the red overall, but we have some positions that were in the green, so it kind of balanced out for the most part. We're very slightly 0.34 in the red this week on the portfolio. And we did earn $57 in dividend income that's going to roll into the portfolio here soon, so that's fantastic. But healthcare, I'm just going to go by the sectors. This is mainly AbbVie coming down off of its all-time highs last week. This is not too shocking to see, as they were pushing absolutely massive numbers for like 3 weeks straight, I feel like. hitting all-time highs, and they're finally coming down just a little bit for about 4.5%. Utilities, this is mainly VST and Duke. VST has been on a tear, running up. It is absolutely been phenomenal to watch the stock go up. It was like $26 a share this week and dropped back down just a little bit on the Fed news. You can see this kind of massive curve that occurred over the course of the week. This week is pretty wild. So overall, not too worried about that. I think there's still some room to grow with VST, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does have a little bit of a pullback going into next week, depending on what the Fed news is. Consumer Pie was very much kind of even there. This is mainly off the back of Ultra being up a little bit and kind of balancing out. Home Depot, Lowe's, and Costco were all down a little bit this week. So those are all three positions that I kind of am watching and waiting for my moment to pounce and buy more shares of those companies because I absolutely love them. So Como Money is Berkshire Hathaway and SCHD. Right now, the portfolio is allocated. If I have auto invest on, that all of the dividend income will roll in and go into Berkshire Hathaway and SCHD. Should anything happen, my wife knows to go in and purchase these stocks, and they're already allocated. So all you got to do is have auto invest on, and everything just goes with the portfolio. That is one of the nice features of M1 Finance. Once you've set up the structure in the way that you want it, it will automatically do those things that you want it to do. So let's look at finance. Finance shockingly ended up the week in the green. I feel like every time the Fed makes an announcement about interest rates, I would have thought finance would get better, but that hasn't been the reality of the situation. I think people were really afraid of the finance sector because it had pushed up really high. JP Morgan's come down, I want to say like $40 or $50 from its highs. So that was a quality stock that I was buying around the 120 range, and it's actually back in that range now. So you might see some finance purchases from me in the near future. Tech was down again this week. This is Apple, Microsoft, and Google for me. I am currently investing 100% of my Google AdSense revenue income into Google. So Google pays me via this channel for all of your views, your likes, your comments. You have blessed me with another revenue stream to bring in income and continue to help build up the portfolio. So that's going to bring me into the buys for the week. So let's take a look at that real quick here. So we made right around $141 in Google income. That was income from just the YouTube channel, from views by all of you. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. So that money, I added a little bit in, like $1 and a few cents to get that to 140, just under 143. And then we bought some more lows this week. This is going to likely be some of these micro buys that I'm doing. These are very small, but I'm going to try to be very consistent. I'm going to try to get back into doing something I've seen a lot of other YouTubers doing, which is Transfer Tuesdays, where you set up and you just buy whatever you're going to buy on Tuesdays with your small amounts. And then I'm going to do like my targeted buys on the stocks that are deflating right now. So Google, I'm going to be consistent about this and keep building this up as they're doing their stock split. I should be able to, if the YouTube revenue keeps increasing, I should be able to potentially pick up a Google share every single month, which is pretty awesome. I am pretty excited about that. $142 monthly revenue stream is absolutely amazing. And I am very thankful for that extra income going into the portfolio. So going forward, that's just kind of how we're going to look there. Now, as you can see here, we are looking at the dividend income. I'm still here. So we are looking at the dividend income. We've got a little bit of dividend income coming in from Bank of OZK. That I'm most definitely going to be looking at putting right back into that stock. We've got some other positions. These are just from the owner's rewards pie that paid their dividends. Those are just going to get rolled into whatever position I'm buying for the week. I'm not too concerned with buying Best Buy or Dollar General right now, or QSR. So that is pretty much kind of what we're looking at for the all of the transactions into the portfolio for the week. So industrials was down 4.4%. Now let's see if it'll let me go in. Yes. So the internet is working a little bit better now. So as industrials go, I only have 3 positions. I've trimmed these down. I did have 3M, but I kind of trimmed that down as it had just kind of been a drag on the portfolio, even though it has a very consistent dividend and they've been growing the dividend. It just has been very stagnant. So I trimmed it out the end of December last year. We have Lockheed Martin, Caterpillar, and Raytheon. All 3 of these being down a pretty significant amount for the week. I'm going to be looking at these a little bit more in depth and kind of jumping in and seeing if I want to kind of dive more into purchasing some more of these as they are coming down pretty significantly. You can see here it dropped about $800 for the week, and that's pretty wild because this is not a very high amount of the portfolio. So by concentration and weight, I kind of want to raise these up a little bit and get some more money in them, and I'm going to be looking into each one of them to see kind of where my buy point is on these stocks, and kind of go from there. So overall for the week here, the week was very green going into Thursday afternoon, and then it kind of tanked off. So I'm expecting that we're going to have kind of a rocky week this next week with the stock market, and I've got a little bit of buying power, so we're likely going to go into the finance sector because I think I want to just put those that money that Bank of OZK had there and go ahead and just reinvest those dividends right into it. That will buy 2 shares, which is absolutely fantastic. That's buying those shares at an almost 3% dividend yield, which is pretty amazing. And as you can see, it's still very much well over my cost basis here for Bank of OZK. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to set this buy order and get this done and buy those 2 extra shares and compound that dividend income. So what are you looking at mainly to buy for this week if you do end up getting a sale on your stocks? What are you looking to buy and add to position wise? And tell me something that was interesting or cool in the comments that happened to you this past week. If you had any type of fun interaction with anyone, or you got to play a new video game, or you got to go out and do something. I know the world here is demasking and getting slightly back to normal. So I'm going to be very curious to see what movie theaters look like. I have not seen a movie in the movie theaters in quite some time. I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange 2. So the Multiverse of Madness, that's going to be coming out here very soon. So I'm tempted to try to go to the theater for the first time in what feels like 3 years. I did watch The Batman on HBO, and I actually really enjoyed that. I was very skeptical of Robert Pattinson, but he had an amazing supporting cast. So I think Colin Farrell was a stunner for that. The Riddler was amazing. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to leave you with that, and thank you to every single one of you who likes, comments, and all the subscriptions. It means a lot to me that the channel is up at right around 2,500 subs. I've had this channel going for about 1 year, and I feel like that growth is pretty phenomenal. Over the past month, we've added another 300 plus subs, and I just wanted to say thank you to every single one of you. Remember to keep that big picture, that all-time view, keep that in your mind, and continue to dollar cost average in where you can and buy the positions that you want to hold. to earn you that passive income if that's your goal. So thank you very much for watching, and I will be back at you here with another video very soon.